My name is Jaap Sneeboe and I'm the proud owner of Sneeboe & Sons. Since 1913 we produce the highest quality stainless steel garden tools. But the series is not about our garden tools, it's about the people who actually use them. Enjoy some of the finest gardens and their creators. Welcome to Sneeboe Gardens of the World. Enjoy another great episode with Piet Oudolf, the world famous Dutch garden designer. This time he tells us all about his love for grasses.
I say brown is also a color, and that is misunderstood by a lot of people because they thought that color was only in the flowers. But I say if you are in autumn in your garden and you look at everything, that even the perennials have autumn color. So it could be orange, it could be red, but also brown and yellow. Most people are orientated on gardens that had a high point in June, July with the roses, and they start to think about winter already in this time of the year, and they cut back their dead flowers and the dead grasses, and they think there's nothing to experience anymore. Why should you not have a beautiful garden in autumn or winter? I say you have to learn to look different. If you only focus on flowers, then your garden is done in September or late September. We found that grasses give this very natural look to gardens. And let's say 1982, when we started here with a nursery, grasses were a big part already of our variety of plants that we grow. And I noticed that plants give this sort of very natural look, also this very transparent look, very an architectural look, and many of them flower very late. That makes them interesting for a season. And then the skeletons in winter, they look great, you know, they turn to orange, they turn to yellow, and then they stay over the whole winter. So it's very interesting material, grasses. Maybe the daylight or the morning light that creates that sort of haziness in grasses. Very important is that grasses can have that, but you have to put them in place to create that effect. It's a very good companion plant to let other plants stand out, and also create that wildness which grasses have from themselves, and most perennials not. So to use them in a mix or in the combination makes that the garden looks wilder, while at the same time it is not wild. But in recent years, a lot of North American grasses are introduced in gardens, and they're not really new, but they are varieties that we have never used before. We don't use local plants, and local plants would say they come from nearby or are European. No, we use all plants as long as they behave well for gardens in general. Most plants don't come from Europe. Many plants come from North America, especially the plants that flower later in the year, and plants come from Asia, Eurasia, China. So most plants come from all over the world, from our climate zones. We can talk about seasonality. We need to make a garden that looks good from early spring till late winter. We cut back our gardens in February, but from the beginning on we start with bulbs. Then we have our spring plants, then we have our early summer plants. So there's a continuation, and you can call that layers because it's one upon another. So the seasonality is a very important tool in garden making and very complex. If you learn to look different and you see the beauty in plants that are dying off, or the beauty in a grass that turns to orange, then your perception of gardens becomes totally different.